Hey, what's up, real estate agents? How we doing? I just want to share something, recently that I've learned that I think could help you when you're closing. I think one of the most important things is obviously getting the client, and that only happens is when you can get pen to paper and you can get someone to sign that listing agreement. And I want to talk about, because I've had a lot of trouble over my times of being an entrepreneur now with having to close people, and it's always been when I revert back into understanding of why I had so much trouble with closing people was because of this one simple failure that I kept on making, and it was the failure to really connect with people. I think we can all agree that sometimes that it's not the best agent who wins the listing, but it's the agent that can connect with that buyer and that seller the most and really build that trust and rapport, who oftentimes is the one that gets the deal. It's not the person who knows the area the best or knows how to sell the home for the best of value. It's the one who knows how to communicate that they know how to do those things the best. And it's really about that connection with the customer. So one of the shifts that I want to talk about today is that it's not you being number one and how well you sell homes in your track record is not the reason of why you are going to earn the next listing. And I think what is so important is to get in the mindset when you get in a situation when you're talking to buyers and you're talking to a seller and you're trying to get them to make a commitment to work with you, is that you have to get into the mindset of like a doctor. Now imagine going to a doctor's office, right? And your elbow hurts or your shoulder. Let's just say, for instance, it's your shoulder, right? You walk in and your shoulder hurts. And you walk into the doctor's office, and immediately, right when you go in, he doesn't ask you anything. He just starts prescribing you medicine and feeling your ankle and your foot. And is like, yeah, it's going to take about like 3 to 6 weeks to heal. This is what you need to do. And you're sitting there and you're like, it's my shoulder that I need help with, And he didn't ask you questions. That would be crazy for a doctor to do that, right? Just like start giving you and telling you what you need to do without ever asking the questions to like properly, make the right prescriptions and give you the right advice on what to do. It would be crazy. That would never happen if you went to the doctor. They wouldn't do that. But that's what a lot of times I feel agents and just all sales professionals in general, tend to do, is when you get into a position when you're talking to a prospect, you get into a listing agreement, immediately you go right into your sales position. This is what we do. This is what we see sellers happen. This is where we see the buyers going. This is where the trends are going. And they're sitting there and they're like half interested, half not. They fit, you're not, there's no connection. It's like you're just blurting information out at them, and at the end you've really struggled to like get that close, and you maybe get a lot of times like, oh, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that, or oh, we need to think about it, whatever the excuses that buyer or that seller is going to make to you, and it's because that failure to connect. But now think about it, if it's like a doctor, that when you go into that office, they're going to ask you, well, what happened? Tell me about the accident. Tell me about the events that led up to this. You know what I mean? Oh, well, when you tweaked it, were you going this way, the opposite way? Did it feel like a twist happened, or was it more of a bend or a break? They're going to ask all these questions and really start to, what you can say is, gather information. They're gathering all this information. You notice they're taking notes. They're very interested. They're seeing movements. They're making adjustments. So think about is what you need to be when you're an agent and you get in front of a buyer or a seller, is you need to think of yourself as like you're like a doctor. Because a doctor is providing solutions to their problems. And what you need to do is position yourself in the same way. You need to show that this person, that you bring solutions to their problems. So, when you get in there and you're working with a seller, hey, Mr. Seller, why are we selling? Oh, we want to downsize. Well, how come we're looking to downsize? Oh, the family's shrinking. No way. Where are the kids moving? What are the things that are important to you in this type of house? What are the important things with selling, and then this, and then this. And then when you start to gather all this information, you're asking the right questions, right? Asking the right questions. Then when you go in to start building your presentation, you can start to answer and hit the things that now that are most important to them, because you did the right thing, which was ask the right questions. So what's important to them, what they're looking for, exactly what to say, because they gave you the information. So just a piece of advice is, when you're just going into these sales presentations, is just get into that mindset of like, you're a doctor. You're going in there to ask questions, to gather information, so that you can prescribe them the best solution for them. Does that make sense? I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this. This has been working really well for me, is when I get in front of people, is just asking, well, what are the problems that you're going through? And when you start to ask these, it really shows at the end is how you can just frame of because what you do solves a lot of different solutions in regards to like, when you provide a good service. I'm going to say it could be because you do it really quick, but you also, what is the right way? I'm trying to say this. I'm sorry. I don't want to mess up the end of my video, but I think that this is just a good frame of mind to think about it. Sometimes I just have trouble communicating myself. I'm very sorry. Like, for some people, the important thing could be that they want someone to just get the job done really quick. And another person could be that they want it done communicatively, that then another person wants it that they just want to work with the best person. Well, your service could probably does solve all three of those problems, you know what I mean? But you need to cater your solution to that each person's individual problems. But you don't know how to unless you start asking the right questions. So even though you solve all those things, you need to frame it. They don't really, maybe that person doesn't even care about the other two things. So it doesn't make sense for you to go on about those things then when they don't care about that. But when you find those things that they care about, and your solution already solves it, you just cater how to your solution really solves those major problems for them that are important to them. And them solving all those other problems is now just becomes an added bonus to what you do. See what I'm saying? So you connect with them, you solve their problems, and all the other stuff, if you do, is just an added bonus on top. So I really hope that provided a lot of value for you guys. My name's Mike with Ground Zero Agency. We're a complete done-for-you marketing agency here in Orange County. We work with agents in Orange County, helping them create video content that helps them dominate their online markets. So if you guys have any questions, that maybe if you're an agent that you've been wanting to create some awesome videos to start really building your online brand, you want to start attracting customers. That's what it's really about with what we do, is attracting customers to you through your brand, through your video, through being you online. So if you got any questions about that, you can reach out to us. My email is at Michael Harlan, MichaelHarlan at Ground Zero Agency, zero spelled ZR0. Or you can give me a call at 714-623-8455. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you guys in the future.